Good day, everyone, and welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live programs. I hope the weather is treating you better wherever you are today. It's kind of hard to wake up to a gloomy day here in Washington. Thank you for joining us. Our channel is dedicated to bringing live performances and other events from international artists to the audiences around the globe. I'm Anna Uspinskaya, and I'll be your host today. We are presenting the auditions for the Gala concert, which will be happening in June and throughout the next season. Musicians are auditioning for the opportunity to perform at the Weill Recital Hall at Carnegie Hall in the Gala concerts in New York City. This is a high-pressure audition, and it's a prestigious venue, so people are preparing really hard for those auditions. I hope you all give us a lot of support in the comments. I'm asking the audience to please comment, cheer, and support musicians. You can open the chat boxes on any of the platforms, on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, wherever you are watching us. Please make yourself known, present. It's very important for us to feel that you're watching and you're interested in what we're doing. The Gala auditions are organized by Sound Espressivo, progressive musicians, and virtual concert halls. Auditionees who will step on this virtual stage today are coming from many countries. They're seeking guidance from the judges through the live comments, which you will hear right after each performance today. Let me quickly introduce the organizers. The Sound Espressivo Global Competition is an online live-streamed competition. It combines competitive environment and live performance experience for all involved. You don't have to leave your location. You can just watch us online, and you can also attend the events in person. Progressive Musicians is an organizer of many competitions and concerts at very prestigious venues like Carnegie Hall. Virtual Concert Halls is an internet TV broadcaster providing artists with a virtual stage and ability to reach audiences beyond the walls of conventional concert halls. And so you see on the screen, we have many supporters joining their efforts and hands with this project, with this auditions and the competitions. We have rehearsal studios, Piano in New York City, the History of Music Facebook channel, and other channels. And we also have World Piano Teachers Association, Adler Music Library, and many others who are joining their efforts together with us to provide this event for you. And now we'll see a short introduction about what these auditions are about. They're created to encourage, to nurture, and reward musicians who are proactive about sharing their art and developing their careers. Sound Espressivo and progressive musicians together are providing opportunities for musicians to discover their unique artistic voice, to take initiative, to present themselves in their own terms, and carve out their own career paths. You will see that through how these events are handled, how these events are presented, and you will understand how we not only proclaim those goals, but how we implement them. For example, musicians are able to communicate with the judges, which is very unusual for a competition. Most of the time, musicians don't really get a feedback, or at least don't get the immediate feedback. That's very important for developing the skills, the career, and be more successful in the next events. And here is a short video explaining a little bit more about the Carnegie auditions.
Progressive Musicians and Sound Espressivo are hosting live auditions for our Laureate Gala at Carnegie Hall this summer. Auditions are open to soloists, composers, small and large ensembles. You can also audition for an opportunity to perform a concerto with the New York Chamber Players Orchestra. Don't miss your opportunity to receive a professional video recording of your performance on this world-renowned stage.
There are additional awards awaiting musicians who are successful at these auditions here. We have a recognition award sponsored by iClassical Academy. It's an educational company based in Switzerland, and they're generously providing a number of such awards for musicians and for their teachers. So iClassical recognition awards. We also have James Adler Audience Favorite Award. That award is designed specifically for musicians who engage with their audience. The audience has an opportunity to vote for their favorite musician. Then the votes are counted, the winner is announced, and receives a $200 award. So make sure you vote for your favorite musician. And yes, it's totally okay for the audience to vote for the person whom you know. This is an award designed to encourage musicians to really build their following, build their support, to promote their art for the sake of providing more and more great music to more people. And we also have interviews scheduled with the artists who will be performing at the Carnegie Hall with Steve Robinson, who is a prominent, well-known radio host. Those interviews were part of our program in November, the first gala concert in Carnegie Hall. So musicians who are awarded this opportunity to perform at the Carnegie Hall will also be interviewed by Steve Robinson, and will have a chance to describe more who they are, what their goals are, and what their artistic visions are. So share more of themselves with the audience. And now let's take a quick look at what is happening in the next 4 days. These auditions are very long. They span today, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we have many groups. Some groups are dedicated to pianists, others are dedicated to musicians who are applying to perform with New York Chamber Players Orchestra, conducted by Maestro Giacomo Franci, and other groups are dedicated to instrumental players, vocalists, and so on. Please check our schedule and see which of those groups interest you most. And again, in each of those groups, you will hear the judges come on screen and provide their immediate feedback, suggestions, and recommendations. You get a bit of a peek inside and behind the scenes of how musicians prepare and how they hone their art to communicate in the most effective and in the most engaging and exciting way with the audience. And now I would like to thank our judges. We have many thanks to extend to the judges who are participating in these auditions all throughout the season. And we have also judges who will be joining us throughout this set of the season, set of the auditions. We have Georg Sargsyan, August Antonov, Emil Chudnovsky, Vera Danchenko, and Giacomo Franci, the music director of the New York Chamber Players Orchestra. And today I would like to invite on our stage our veteran judge of the Sound Espressivo and the auditions. I'm really, really grateful and pleased to invite August Antonov, a fabulous pianist from France, prominent performer, teacher, educator, and great promoter and friend of all the musicians. August, you've traveled the world, you give concerts on a regular basis, and I want to point out for anyone and everyone who is interested, this summer August will be providing fabulous masterclasses in Italy during the Talent Summer courses. August, it's such a great pleasure to have you back. Thank you so much for generously sharing your time, talent, and expertise with us.
It's a pleasure. Nice to see you, Anna. Great to see everybody in the back that's helping run this competition and everything that you guys do. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm looking forward to hearing wonderful talent.
Thank you. So, and I think we have auditionees ready and prepared. We are ready to start moving to the most important, the most interesting part of this program. And we'll be inviting the auditionees according to the order, and you have it in the comments, so you can prepare your anticipation for the pieces they will be performing. Our first auditionee, the first one today, and the first one in the entire Carnegie Auditions, is August Xiao, pianist from the United States, who will be performing Collarbone, The Fountain, Opus 221. August, the stage is all yours, and it's a pleasure to have you. Good luck. Wonderful performance. What a great pleasure to start the day. I was just sharing how the day in Washington, D.C. is really gloomy. But thank you, August, for bringing the sunshine in there. And before we go to the comments from the judges, I would like to also introduce James Welch, who is the director of Progressive Musicians and a core organizer of the events. Can you please bring James on screen so we can introduce him? And James, what a great pleasure to have you with us for these auditions. And thank you so much for your expertise, for your endless and tireless work towards the betterment of the classical music and the opportunities for musicians. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi, great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thanks. It's great to be back here with you all for a weekend of amazing music and auditions, and this is quite exciting, and I can't wait to hear everybody.
Okay, you're more awake than I am.
Yeah, well, it's easier to fake when you only have to talk for a minute.
That's true. And now let's give the stage to August Antonov, who's joining us from France, and who's offering his comments and suggestions to August Xiao.
Well, hello, August. Nice to meet you. Thank you for playing for us today. First of all, it's very nice to see somebody else wearing a similar first name as mine. So that's very good. Look, you played very well. You played very well. You can be proud of yourself. There are just a couple of small comments that I'm going to make, general comments. One, be careful with your pedal. Sometimes you are using way too much pedal for my taste, and it becomes a bit. I'm hoping I'm using the correct word in English. I'm a bit mushy. And if you can correct me if I'm wrong on the term, a bit of it becomes a bit mushy and a bit hard to distinguish what you're playing. Second, your dynamics, they need to be a bit more precise. I had a hard time distinguish between the soft and the loud, the crescendo, decrescendo. And the last small comment I'm going to make is don't be always in such a rush. Relax, breathe, take the time to sing the music. Okay? But no, this is a great job. Very good. Thank you very much for playing today.
Thank you. Thank you, August. James, do you have any few comments to add?
Oh, I think I agree with August. As you know, it was a great presentation, and just clean up your pedal a little bit and keep up the good work.
Thank you. Wonderful. August, do you have any questions for the judges?
I don't really have any questions.
Okay, it was a great pleasure to meet you. Thank you for great preparation, wonderful piano you're playing, and beautiful setting. What a pleasure. Thank you very much. And with this, we'll be inviting on stage the next auditionee of this Carnegie Gala Auditions, the pianist Quang Du Trong. I'm trying my hardest, but please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name. Joining us from Vietnam, and will be performing Revel Judo. Thank you so much, Kwang. What a beautiful playing and a beautiful piano, wonderful setting. It never ceases to excite and amaze me how we can come together from such different countries and continents. You're from Vietnam. I want to stress that this was a performance, beautiful performance of Ravel Jadot by a pianist who was not sending a video. This was a live performance of a musician currently in Vietnam. There's a lot of hours of time difference, and I hope our audience can really appreciate the fact that we can bring together musicians from so many different countries on this stage in the real moment. What a joy, what a pleasure to hear you auditioning. And now, August, I would like to have you join in with your comments.
Absolutely. Kwang, nice to meet you. Thank you very much for playing. Definitely well done. A great job. For me, it to me, it lacks a bit of freedom in a sense of I would play it. I would feel it a bit more like a game, you know, when you're playing with water, if that makes sense. So it's a bit too straightforward for my taste. The other thing I noticed when you're playing, and that would help you as well with your sound, is breathe a bit more with the mouth. We all those are the comments that I kind of make to almost every pianist, where people breathe with their nose, but that doesn't give enough air intake. So try and practice that. Practice with breathing more and relaxing more. That will help you feel the music as well. No, but otherwise it's a great job, great playing. The one last thing I'm gonna say, and it might be related to your setup. Try next time to maybe pull the mic that you have on the piano a bit further away. That may help with the sound of what we're receiving from our side. But otherwise, it's very well done. Great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you. James, do you want to add a few words?
Oh, sure, why not? Yeah, I've played this piece so many times myself, and I just have to say bravo, because it just every time that I pull out this piece and play it, it's like I've never played it before. It just doesn't stick. But people know that I play it and they want to hear it again, and I'm like, all right, I'll play it again. So, but it's a lot of work, a lot of hard labor preparing all those technical passages for such a short piece. And I mean, it's we can all relate to that here. We're all pianists in this room here, and
yeah.
it's really something that needs to go recognized. The hardest part is then getting the freedom and flexibility and the dynamics and all of that together when your fingers are just going zoom for 5 minutes. But keep at it. I mean, this is a piece that can only get better the more and more that you play it.
Yeah. And I wanted to also comment, I'm a pianist, I'm not part of the judges panel, but I was really pleased to hear that the notes inside all those passages can sometimes mush for pianists, but you had it very clearly speaking. Maybe August is right, maybe a bit too clearly in some places, but I like to hear the content of the notes. So almost like, okay, let's not miss the molecules of the water behind just the water flow. But that's just my my piece of taste.
If I could just add really quick.
Yeah.
There's a book out on the music of Ravel and the stylings of Ravel, called Reflections by Paul Roberts. And I studied with him. He's a professor at the Guildhall School of Music. And he spent his life's work researching French impressionistic keyboard music. And he has a lot of books out on Debussy and Ravel. And I've read the Ravel cover to cover, and it really did change my views and stylings on a lot of the Ravel and French impressionistic works that I've played, and you might want to check that out. It's called Reflections.
Wonderful. Maybe we can also provide that on a banner at one point. So, James, if you can share the exact title and the author of the book, so we can add that so people can check it out. But I think I want to give Augusta like a quick closing remark. You are a pianist from France, so you are an authority of it by by the nature of your culture.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm an authority, but James is right. It's a tough piece to play. It's one of the most complex pieces to put together, and you did a great job with it, Kwang. Congratulations again, and hope to see you soon.
Wonderful. Okay, so thank you again, and we will be saying goodbye to Kwang and inviting on stage our next auditionee. And just a reminder to everyone, you're watching the live auditions for the opportunity to perform at Weill Recital Hall at Carnegie Hall in the Gala concerts this coming June and throughout the next season. And musicians had to go through a rigorous pre-screening round to get to this live virtual stage. So you're hearing the cream of the cream, wonderful musicians. Our next performer is Anirudh Baiju, pianist from India. And again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. I tried to rehearse names, and that's the best I can do. And again, I want to point out to our audience that Anirudh is joining us live. This is not a recorded performance. Live from India. We just heard from a musician in Vietnam, and before that from the United States. So this stage is able to connect musicians from such different parts of the world, such different time zones. I'm sure it's almost evening in India right now, and probably late evening in Vietnam. So anyway, inviting on stage Anirudh, who will be performing Dominica Scarlatti Sonata in D minor and Moshkovsky Licenseless Sparks Etude. Stage is all yours. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Anirudh Baiju. I'm going to play two pieces. The first one is Scarlatti Sonata K141, which is composed by Domenico Scarlatti. second piece I'm going to play is Sparks et Inceles, which is composed by Moritz Mussorgsky.
Bravo. There's a lot of notes there. And it's really, man, we were just talking in the background about how it's early and we need our coffee, and you've clearly had yours. I mean, it's not early where you are to play that quickly and beautifully. You definitely need to be wide awake and very well prepared and have worked very hard. And it's clear that you've done a lot of preparation on all that. So congrats to you on that. Do we have some comments from August?
Absolutely. Good day, Anirudh. Nice to meet you, and thank you for playing for us. Definitely a wonderful program you've put together. James was saying it's definitely a tough program to put on. You played it well. A couple of comments. Let's start with the Scarlatti. It has to do more with the way you're playing it, in a sense of your body. You're moving way too much. You're sliding all over the keyboard. That's not an effective way of playing either the Scarlatti or the Mussorgsky. Really work on being more on the key, staying on the keys, your hands on the keyboard without sliding. So that's one thing. The other thing I'm missing in a Scarlatti are the dynamics. Having a hard time hearing the variations in dynamics in real playing. So those are the two primary things for the Scarlatti. For the Moskowski, it is an etude, but be careful not to overdo it. Not to overdo the it has to be flamboyant, if you understand what I'm saying, but don't overdo it. Moskowski is not Rachmaninoff. Moskowski is not Prokofiev nor Liszt. So you have to adjust a bit your excitement level to what Moskowski wanted on the music itself. That includes the dynamics. That includes the tempo. The tempo might be a bit too fast for my taste, but again, we might agree to disagree with your teacher or with anybody else, but that's something to be careful about. You definitely showed flamboyance. It definitely showed energy, excitement. Be careful not to overdo it. All right, and again, the last thing that I'm going to emphasize is definitely your hand and the way you're playing. Stay on the keys. You're wasting of energy moving all over the keyboard. Okay, but that's something that you're going to work on, obviously, with time, with age, as you grow up. But otherwise, great job, very well done, and hope to see you soon.
And also,
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, Anirudh, please ask any questions you want.
well, about the thing that you told me is about the waste of energy and a lot of movements. Well, it is that my teacher taught me. My teacher's name is Chatterjee sir, Dr. Surajit Chatterjee sir. He taught me to play with the movements, with the gliding, so that it will sound more better and beautiful. So that is why I was playing like that. So.
No, and that's absolutely a good reason. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to go against what your teacher is teaching you. That's not what we're here for. I'm just giving you my opinion, my suggestion. Like in any master class, including competitions like the ones we do on Sound Espressivo, you just have to take the advice that people give you and then go revisit those advices with your teacher, and then with your teacher you use what item of the what items are helping you. That's all. I'm not, we're not here to say it's good or bad. We're just here to give you some advice, some opinions of what we're seeing, of what we're hearing.
Yes, yeah, thank you. And
James wanted to say something.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead, James.
I was just gonna clarify. I think what he was getting at was more of like the body itself rather than the arms movement. But I mean, I would still agree with him. I mean, do what your teacher says. But there was just a lot of upper body movement more than the arms itself. Am I way off here? You can correct me.
Yeah.
Again, it's all give and take with these sessions.
Right. And I wanted to add that this was an excellent question. And as a pianist and a teacher myself, this is exactly what I'm looking for when my students are performing and are being heard by professionals, my colleagues and musicians from different perspective, because every detail of how you perform and how you learn and how you move is so essential, because it immediately transmits into your playing. So it's very fine tuning to adjust your body to be able to play at virtuosic level like yours and to be expressive. Your teacher knows you the best. And the feedback you get from people who don't know you and hear you for the very first time, to me as a teacher, it's always very important, because then I can make some adjustments and help you incorporate some elements and maybe reject some. So it's the best for you to take the advice, maybe even take some notes, and really, really talk through with your teacher what of the advice really works for you at this stage, or maybe put it off to later, and maybe experiment with it and see how your hands, how your body, how your soul will adjust to that, or maybe even not want to do that. Okay, any other questions or comments from anyone?
No, 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 ma'am. This is the only reason that I shared about the that my teacher was teaching. So that's all
That's
I
right.
had.
And we're so used to in the school, for example, you either have a right answer to the math problem or a wrong one, right? In the arts, that's the beautiful field where there's a lot of nuance. And there is not this or that. There's some of this and some of that and some of another. So this is an opportunity for you to comprehend it all and see where there are more answers than right and wrong.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, it was a great pleasure to hear you.
Bravo.
Thank you so much for joining us all the way from India, directly live. And we will be inviting on stage the next auditionee, Dmitry Stirkas, a pianist from the United States. He will be performing Chopin Nocturne in C minor, Opus 48, number 1. Stage is all yours. Thank you for joining us. Wonderful! What a wonderful performance! So heartfelt, so much emotion. And Dmitry, such a great pleasure to see you with us again. I remember you from the Sound Espressivo competition, I think maybe a year back. And I remember you, but I didn't recognize you playing. It's been transformed. What an enjoyment to see that. And now to the judges.
Well, hello, Dmitry. Nice to see you again on the Sound Espressivo and on Progressive Musicians. Thank you for playing for us. Definitely well done. I love that. Let's first say this, that playing this piece on an upright, it's
additional challenge.
It's very difficult, if not impossible, but you did it. It's very well done. Look, I'm gonna just give you a few comments. You take them as they come. You use what you need. What you don't need, you leave aside. Here's the thing. For me, the first thing is there is not enough change of tempo and of nuance and of feeling between the beginning and the poco più lento, that second section. It's all sounded the same a bit to me. So I need a bit more contrast, if that makes sense. The next thing I'm going to mention is be careful, again, when you get all those octaves, the octaves going up, the doubles, be careful not to make it too flamboyant. It's fine, but sometimes it becomes a bit too Lisztian to my taste. And related to that, be careful with your pedal. Be careful with your pedals. The pedal of Chopin have to be very precise in the way you change it, including using half pedal. Now I know on an upright it's impossible. It's
a miracle.
I am not even gonna go there. But again, just a thought for whenever you do it on a big piano. Careful with the pedal. Those are the primary things, but no, it's a great performance. Geez, man, next time it would be great to hear you play on a grand piano. I know it's you don't have the. I know you may not have the possibility. Yeah, no, I hear you. No, that's fine.
Right, I knew I was going to perform, and I couldn't change my plans, so this is the best I could find here.
Look, you did a great job. Looking forward to hearing you again in the future. Thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you.
And Dmitry, you are performing. You're from the United States, but right now, where are you?
I currently am in Armenia.
Wow.
Yes, I am here just for this week, exactly at the time of your competition. So,
incredible! You found the place and the internet connection and everything what it takes to get on here from Armenia. Wow. Amazing. Okay, well, James, do you have a few remarks maybe to share?
Sure. Yeah, I agreed with everything August has said. And I mean, that's really wow. I mean, something you found a piano, and you're traveling, and you're still here doing this. And you found a Petrov, which I like. I mean, I have a Petrov at my house, and I know that the make is very unique. I mean, you can get like a wider dynamic range. It's accelerated action, and it takes a little getting used to. It's not like your normal Steinway or Yamaha. So, I mean, that's a lot of change to go through for one audition, and my compliments to you for that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dmitry. Thank you, everyone who participated in this audition. Thank you, August, Kwong, Arid, Anirudh, I'm sorry, and Dmitry, the four performers, the first and the most courageous people to step on these auditions at the very beginning. And August, thank you very much for your comments. James, for your helping out and your comments. And I want to also thank very much the Virtual Concert Hall's team of directors and broadcast engineers. We have with us today working and producing this program Ante Božić-Kudrić, Frane Rusinovic, and Fedor Spensky on the back end of all these events. And thank you so much for supporting our programs. And we'll see you in the next group in just a short 2-3 minutes. Stay with us and hop on to the next broadcast. We're happy to see the audience joining us, and please also extend our thanks to everyone, and we'll see you in 2-3 short minutes. Bye for now.